What if the ocean isn't just a vast, dark expanse of water, but something far more mysterious, something that hides the secrets of ancient civilizations, lost to time and buried beneath its depths? Picture this: the ocean's waves, once a cradle for the rise of life, now acting as the silent keeper of forgotten histories. Could the ocean be concealing a civilization so advanced that its existence could rewrite everything we think we know about the past? For centuries, stories of sunken cities, lost empires, and vanished cultures have fascinated us, from Atlantis to the fabled drowned lands of ancient myth. But could these legends hold more truth than we ever imagined? What if, beyond the reach of modern exploration, beneath the dark waters that cover most of our planet, there lies evidence of a mega-civilization, one that existed long before the first human cities were even formed? Imagine the mysteries that remain hidden in the ocean's depths, untouched by time and nearly forgotten by the world. The ocean's silent vault could hold not just relics and artifacts, but clues to the very origins of human civilization. As we dive deeper into this mystery, we begin to wonder, how much do we truly know about the ocean? And what secrets lie beneath its surface, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves? Could the sea, in its vast, intimidating quiet, be guarding the key to understanding the true story of our origins? And if so, what would that mean for the history we thought we understood? Let's explore the ocean's silent vault and uncover the potential hidden beneath the waves. As we begin this journey, the ocean reveals itself as not only a repository of secrets, but as a bridge between the known and the unknown. A place where every wave that crashes against the shore may carry a forgotten story from the past. Imagine the possibilities of what might lie beneath, preserved for thousands of years, waiting for the right explorers to uncover them. Could ancient cities, full of wisdom and advanced technology, still be preserved, buried beneath the ocean floor, waiting for us to find them? The ocean's depths are not just vast. They are filled with an immense, quiet history, an archive of humanity's first steps, perhaps even the foundations of our lost ancestors. This is not just a myth, but a reality that may soon be uncovered, if we dare to venture deep enough to learn the ocean's untold stories. Could there, in fact, be an ancient civilization that we've forgotten, waiting to be rediscovered beneath the surface? What if everything we thought we knew about human history is only the beginning, and the ocean is here to remind us that there is so much more still hidden, waiting to be explored? For centuries, the myth of Atlantis has haunted the collective imagination of humanity, a story passed down through generations, carrying with it a promise of a lost, utopian civilization, one so advanced that it could rival even the greatest civilizations known to history. The first recorded mention of Atlantis comes from the philosopher Plato, who spoke of a great island nation that existed over 9,000 years before his time. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, he describes Atlantis as a powerful and prosperous kingdom, rich in resources, knowledge, and technology, far beyond the civilizations of Greece or Egypt. Plato's tale, though often viewed as allegory, described a society that flourished under the favor of the gods, only to fall from grace when its people grew arrogant and morally corrupt. Atlantis, he claimed, was swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of misfortune, disappearing without a trace. This dramatic narrative has since captured the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and adventurers alike, sparking endless theories about its true nature and existence. Could Atlantis have been more than just a myth? Could it be that the ancient Greeks were not simply telling a moral tale, but were recording the memory of a real, once great civilization that was lost to time? In the centuries that followed, many have attempted to pinpoint Atlantis's location, from the Mediterranean Sea to the Caribbean, but no concrete evidence has ever surfaced. Some scholars suggest that Plato's story was a metaphor for the downfall of human pride, while others claim that the ocean holds the key to unlocking the mystery of Atlantis's true fate. Was Atlantis a fabled city, or could it be the first in a long line of lost civilizations, hidden deep beneath the ocean's surface? The mystery remains as potent today as it ever was, drawing us ever closer to the question, could the ocean truly be hiding Atlantis? And what else might it conceal? As we consider the legend of Atlantis, It raises a compelling question: how much of the world's history is shaped by myth, and how much of it is rooted in forgotten truths? Perhaps the real Atlantis was not merely a fictional story meant to teach a lesson about pride, but rather an echo of a great civilization lost to the depths, buried by the very ocean that still holds its secrets. Could we one day uncover these secrets, revealing that Atlantis was far more than a tale? It was a memory preserved by the ocean's waves. The ocean, vast and impenetrable, has long been seen as a graveyard, a place where the remains of ships, cities, and entire civilizations have been swallowed by the deep. With over 70% of our planet covered in water, the sea has become an endless, unknowable void, hiding untold stories beneath its waves. Ships have vanished without a trace, entire fleets lost to the merciless pull of the tides. Entire cities, once thriving with life, have sunk beneath the sea, their existence reduced to nothing more than fragmented legends and whispered tales. We know of the infamous shipwrecks, like the Titanic, and the ruins of once great civilizations submerged in the water, such as the fabled city of Dwarka off the coast of India. Yet these are only the visible remnants. What of the countless other cities, settlements, and cultures lost to time, their stories now buried in the ocean's abyss? The sea, in its seemingly infinite depths, has been a silent witness to humanity's triumphs and tragedies, hiding the evidence of both in its darkened trenches. What lies beneath the surface is not just a burial ground for the dead, but a museum of ancient history, a history erased by time, cataclysm, or nature itself. In the cold, shadowy depths, the remains of long-forgotten civilizations lay scattered like forgotten relics, their stories untold. The ocean's waters rise and fall, eroding and reclaiming what was once built by human hands, turning cities into rubble, ships into rust, and entire cultures into dust. The remains of these lost places can sometimes be uncovered by explorers and scientists, revealing cities buried under sediment, temples engulfed by the tides, and artifacts once used by a people now only known through their relics. Yet even with all the discoveries we've made, the ocean remains largely unexplored. We've only begun to scratch the surface of what lies beneath. How much more remains hidden in the ocean's graveyard, waiting for the day it is discovered? Could we one day stumble upon the remains of a forgotten mega-civilization, preserved in the depths, waiting for us to uncover its secrets? The ocean's mysterious graveyard holds more than just the remains of ships and cities. It may hold the answers to questions we have long sought. Who were the people who once thrived on the shores now submerged? What knowledge did they possess? And what caused their downfall? The mysteries of the ocean graveyard remain just that, mysteries. And as we continue to explore, the chance of uncovering what has been lost grows ever larger. But with each new discovery comes a haunting realization: how much more remains hidden in the silent depths, waiting to be found. The ocean is not just a graveyard. It is a reminder of what has been lost to time. For millennia, humans have looked to the oceans with a mixture of awe and curiosity, not just as a source of sustenance, but as a pathway to the unknown. Ancient civilizations, far older than most historical records suggest, seem to have a deep connection to the seas. It was not just about trading spices or silks. It was about navigating vast oceans, traveling across continents, and establishing networks of culture and knowledge that spanned the globe. From the seafaring Phoenicians, who pioneered navigation techniques, to the ancient Egyptians, whose ships ventured down the Nile and beyond, there was an understanding of the sea as both a boundary and a bridge. Could it be that these civilizations, far more connected than we've ever imagined, knew secrets that have been erased from our collective memory? It's easy to think of the ancient world as isolated, with each civilization confined to its land. But if we peel back the layers of history, we begin to see that the ocean was not a barrier, but a conduit, a way for cultures to exchange ideas, technologies, and beliefs. The Polynesians, with their extraordinary navigational skills, traversed vast distances across the Pacific, reaching lands that were thought to be unreachable. Their ability to chart the stars and read ocean currents was unparalleled, and they created a network of islands that spanned thousands of miles. These ancient seafarers understood the power of the ocean, not as a distant force, but as a way of connecting people across great distances. And they were not alone. The ancient Greeks, with their legendary voyages, were also building connections across the Mediterranean and beyond. But what if this connection was not just about trade or exploration? What if the oceans themselves were home to the remnants of civilizations, lost to time, whose stories and secrets were hidden beneath the waves? As we look deeper into history, we realize that ancient civilizations often rose and fell near the coastlines, their prosperity tied to the resources of the sea. From the early Mesopotamians along the Tigris and Euphrates, to the flourishing of the Mayan civilization along the Central American coasts, the oceans provided both nourishment and a means of cultural exchange. But what if these civilizations didn't just share material goods, but shared something far more profound, an ancient knowledge that was transmitted through the oceans? Could there have been more extensive oceanic networks, secret trading routes, and lost civilizations that spanned across continents, hidden beneath the layers of history? These connections, once thought to be mere speculation, now seem possible as we uncover evidence of trade goods, cultural artifacts, and architectural styles that stretch across ancient borders. The oceans were not just roads to the unknown, they were the cradle of civilization itself, carrying the wisdom and secrets of lost cultures. The real question is, how much of that ancient oceanic network remains hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be rediscovered? What could we learn if we could only connect the dots between the ancient civilizations that lived beside and on the seas? Across every continent, from the icy reaches of the Arctic to the vast expanse of the Pacific Islands, there exists a singular, haunting narrative, a story of a great flood that destroyed the world. From the biblical deluge of Noah's Ark to the Mesopotamian epic of Gilgamesh, from the Hindu flood myths to the ancient Chinese story of Yu the Great, the flood myth is a thread woven through the fabric of ancient civilizations. The striking similarities in these stories are impossible to ignore, each speaking of a cataclysmic event that wiped away nearly all life, sparing only a few survivors who would go on to repopulate the earth. What if these ancient tales, passed down through generations, were not mere allegories, but were instead recollections of a true, world-altering disaster? Could these myths, written long after the events they describe, be a collective memory of a time when a great flood submerged entire civilizations? Geologists have discovered evidence that large parts of the world's coastlines were once much higher than they are today, and many scientists believe that a massive ancient flood event might have occurred, triggered by natural cataclysms such as melting ice caps, volcanic eruptions, or even the impact of a massive asteroid. If such an event did occur, could it have been the catalyst that wiped out not just cities, but entire civilizations buried beneath the water's surface? If we accept that these flood myths are more than just stories, then we must ask, what exactly did the survivors of this disaster witness? Could the Great Flood have been a pivotal moment in the fall of an advanced civilization, one that lived in harmony with the oceans and was then destroyed by them? There are those who believe that this ancient disaster was not just a global event, but a global loss of knowledge, a catastrophic event that erased much of the wisdom of the ancients. Perhaps this is why many flood myths describe survivors who are warned by divine beings, instructed to save the sacred knowledge and the seeds of civilization for the future. These stories could be more than just symbolic. They may hold echoes of real, lived experiences. Could the submerged ruins we find beneath the ocean's depths be remnants of these lost civilizations destroyed by the very force they once revered? The flood myths speak of survival, but also of loss, of knowledge drowned in the depths, of wisdom carried away by the waters, perhaps never to return. As we uncover more evidence of submerged cities and sunken empires, we must ask ourselves, could these flood myths be warning us about the dangers of forgetting the past and the civilizations that came before us? Are we the inheritors of a world once flooded by a great disaster? And is the ocean itself still guarding the remnants of the lost wisdom of those who lived before? Beneath the endless expanse of the ocean lies a mystery so vast and so deep that it has eluded humanity for centuries. The ocean, covering more than 70% of our planet, remains one of the most unexplored frontiers on Earth. Despite advances in technology, much of its depths are shrouded in darkness, concealing secrets that have been lost to time. What could be hidden in those uncharted depths, cities, artifacts, and possibly entire civilizations, preserved by the very sea that swallows them? The ocean is a silent guardian, holding within it the remains of everything that has disappeared from human history. Yet, even as we venture further into its abyss, we find only a fraction of the truth. Every year, oceanographers, archaeologists, and explorers uncover more remnants of our distant past: sunken ships, ruined cities, and mysterious structures. But these discoveries are just the tip of the iceberg. The majority of the ocean's secrets remain concealed, and it is as if the sea itself is guarding them. Take the discovery of the submerged city of Dwarka, off the coast of India, which dates back thousands of years, long before the rise of any known civilization in the region. Or the ruins of what appears to be a pyramid-shaped structure found deep beneath the waters of the Yonaguni Monument in Japan, a site that some claim may be the remains of an ancient, forgotten civilization. These are just a few examples of the many sites found below the ocean's surface. Yet the vast majority of the sea remains unexplored. What lies beyond the areas we have mapped, hidden in the deepest trenches of the ocean? Is it possible that entire civilizations, far older and more advanced than we ever imagined, are waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to explore? These mysteries have captivated scientists and adventurers for centuries, sparking debates over what is truly out there in the depths. Some believe that the ocean may hold the keys to unlocking the true origins of civilization, offering up clues to forgotten cultures and knowledge lost to history. But even with the latest advances in deep-sea exploration, we still cannot fathom the full extent of what the ocean may hide. Vast portions of the ocean floor remain a black void, too deep, too far, and too treacherous for humans to reach. Yet, this very mystery continues to draw us in. Could it be that the ocean is more than just a vast body of water? Is it a repository of lost knowledge, an eternal archive of the past that only reveals itself to those who are willing to venture into the unknown? What secrets are held in the silent, undisturbed deep? The answers may be just beneath the waves. But for now, the ocean holds its secrets close, waiting for the right moment to reveal them. Could these unexplored depths still conceal the remains of a forgotten mega-civilization, waiting for the brave or the lucky to discover them? The search for submerged cities has become one of the most intriguing frontiers of modern archaeology. The science behind exploring the ocean's depths has advanced rapidly over the years, bringing us closer to uncovering the mysteries of lost civilizations buried beneath the waves. Through the use of advanced technologies like sonar mapping, submersibles, and remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, we have begun to reveal what was once hidden in the silent abyss. In recent decades, discoveries like the underwater ruins off the coast of Japan, the sunken city of Thonis Heracleion in Egypt, and the submerged structures near the coast of India have shown us just how much the ocean holds. These underwater cities offer a glimpse into the past, revealing the architectural marvels and cultural achievements of societies that flourished thousands of years ago before being swallowed by the sea. But these discoveries are not without their challenges. The process of uncovering submerged cities is fraught with danger and uncertainty. The ocean floor is a harsh and unforgiving environment, where pressure, temperature, and salinity fluctuate dramatically. The currents, sedimentation, and the sheer weight of water above make exploration not only difficult but dangerous. Despite these challenges, scientists and explorers have developed innovative methods to map the ocean floor and identify potential sites of ancient settlements. Sonar technology, for example, sends sound waves through the water and uses the echoes to create detailed maps of the underwater landscape. These maps can reveal sunken structures, roads, and even entire cities that lie hidden beneath the waves. One of the most remarkable discoveries was the city of Dwarka, found off the coast of India. Archaeologists believe that this city, mentioned in ancient texts, was once a thriving metropolis before it was submerged by the rising sea levels. Evidence of advanced construction techniques, including well-planned streets and water systems, suggest that Dwarka was not only real, but a highly sophisticated civilization. Similarly, the Yonaguni Monument in Japan has captured the imagination of many. This underwater formation, often described as a pyramid, has sparked heated debates about whether it was man-made or a natural formation. Some believe it is the remains of an ancient city, while others argue it is a product of geological forces. What these discoveries tell us is that the ocean, far from being a place of destruction, has the potential to be a vast repository of human history. As technology advances, we are gaining the tools needed to uncover what was once lost. But this is just the beginning. As we continue to explore deeper, more submerged cities may come to light, offering us not just artifacts, but insights into the cultures that shaped human history. Could these lost cities reveal something more than just remnants of the past? What if, buried under layers of time and water, there are secrets to be uncovered? Secrets that could change our understanding of ancient civilizations and their connection to the oceans. As we dive deeper into the ocean's hidden depths, we begin to uncover the remnants of engineering marvels that seem almost too advanced for the time periods they are believed to come from. Sunken structures, some appearing to be massive pyramids or intricately carved stone monuments, have raised more questions than answers. These discoveries, often far beneath the sea's surface, suggest that ancient civilizations may have possessed knowledge and engineering techniques far beyond what we once believed possible. In the Mediterranean Sea, off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, a formation resembling a massive pyramid has sparked intense debate. Some argue that the structure is the result of natural geological processes, while others insist it is the remains of a forgotten civilization, a society that thrived long before recorded history. The precision of the stonework, the sharp angles, and the unusual features of the monument make it seem almost too deliberate to be a product of nature. Similarly, submerged ruins found off the coast of Egypt near Alexandria have revealed massive stone structures that appear to be the remnants of an ancient harbor, complete with dockyards, roads, and statues. The most remarkable discovery was of the submerged city of Thonis Heracleion, which, until recently, was considered merely a myth. Archaeologists found an array of colossal stone statues, intricately carved temples, and even inscriptions that reveal the complex infrastructure of a city that was once part of a thriving Egyptian trading hub. Yet, these discoveries are only the beginning. The engineering knowledge required to build such advanced structures, including underwater cities and immense stone monuments, suggests a level of sophistication that raises the possibility of lost technologies, tools, and techniques that allowed these civilizations to thrive in ways we never thought possible. The fact that these structures have survived beneath the waves for thousands of years, despite the crushing pressure and the corrosive saltwater, speaks to the durability and ingenuity of those who built them. But the true mystery lies in the construction methods. How did these ancient people transport such massive stones, carve them with such precision, and design structures that could withstand the test of time and the ravages of nature? Some speculate that these ancient civilizations may have had access to lost technologies or a form of engineering knowledge that has since been forgotten. Others argue that the ocean, with its ever-changing tides and powerful forces, may have played a role in preserving these structures, acting as a protective barrier that shielded them from the ravages of time. Whatever the explanation, these sunken structures stand as a testament to the ingenuity of a civilization that may have been far more advanced than we ever imagined. The question remains, how much more lies beneath the ocean's surface, waiting to be discovered? Could there be entire cities, hidden from view, with technologies and knowledge that could reshape our understanding of human history? As we continue to explore the depths of the sea, the possibility of uncovering more sunken wonders becomes ever more tantalizing, hinting at the possibility of ancient engineering feats beyond our wildest dreams. The ocean, once seen as a vast and dangerous expanse, was also an ancient highway, one that connected distant lands, cultures, and civilizations in ways we often underestimate. Long before modern navigational tools, ancient peoples had already discovered the rhythms of the seas, the currents, and the stars above. They crafted remarkable ships that could traverse vast distances, crossing entire oceans with little more than the guidance of the natural world. The Polynesians, perhaps the most skilled navigators of the ancient world, were able to chart entire oceanic routes, using only the stars, ocean swells, and the wind. Their incredible feats of navigation allowed them to spread across the Pacific, reaching islands hundreds of miles apart. With no compass, no modern maps, and no written instructions, They relied on an intimate knowledge of the ocean's subtle patterns, something that we, in our modern world, can only begin to fathom. Similarly, the ancient Greeks, Egyptians, and Phoenicians were all known to have developed advanced seafaring techniques that enabled them to explore, trade, and conquer far beyond their homeland's shores. The Greeks, for example, used the sun's position and the stars to navigate their ships. The Phoenicians, who dominated trade across the Mediterranean, were expert shipbuilders and sailors, using their knowledge of wind patterns and sea currents to establish trading routes that spanned from Europe to Africa and Asia. Yet, even with all their prowess, the ancient sailors also understood the ocean's darker side, the storms, the unpredictable tides, and the mysterious creatures that lurked beneath the waves. For them, the ocean was as much a mystery as it was a pathway, and they revered its power, weaving it into their myths and legends. The Greeks, for instance, had the sea god Poseidon, the Romans had Neptune, and the Polynesians had Tangaroa, all deities that symbolized the immense power of the oceans and the respect it demanded. The ocean's role in ancient navigation wasn't just practical, it was deeply spiritual. It connected people not just physically, but also symbolically, forming the backbone of myths and stories about far-off lands and distant gods. Could it be that the very stories we tell about the gods of the seas hold fragments of truth? Did these ancient peoples truly understand the vastness of the oceans in a way that modern explorers can only dream of? The ocean acted as both a teacher and a mystery for the ancient world. Today, as we uncover more of the sunken cities and lost civilizations that lie beneath the waves, we begin to realize just how much of the ancient world was shaped by the sea. Could there have been even older civilizations, ones that disappeared long before the recorded history we know, who once mastered the ocean's mysteries and sailed its vast expanses? As we continue to explore the oceans, both in terms of geography and the hidden knowledge within, it's clear that the ocean's role in ancient navigation wasn't just about crossing seas, it was about connecting people across time, cultures, and continents, leaving a legacy that still holds many secrets. Could the ocean truly be hiding the remnants of a forgotten mega-civilization? The search for answers continues. Beneath the Waves, join us as we uncover more secrets from the depths of history. Subscribe to explore the mysteries that have been hidden for millennia. As the ocean rises and falls, claiming more land with every passing year, we can't help but wonder what ancient civilizations it may have swallowed. Entire megacities, once teeming with life, now lying silent beneath the waves. The idea of submerged megacities, vast urban landscapes that once flourished before being overtaken by rising seas, is a haunting one. Evidence from ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Greeks, suggests that coastal cities were not only hubs of trade and culture, but also centers of immense power and wealth. These cities, with their sprawling temples, grand marketplaces, and elaborate homes, once stood as proud symbols of human achievement. But what happens when the sea becomes an unstoppable force, sweeping away everything in its path? The ocean, with its endless tides, has claimed entire civilizations, some we've only heard whispers of in myth. Take the legendary city of Atlantis, for instance, described by Plato as a mighty island nation that was swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of disaster. Could such a city have once existed, only to be lost to time and the ocean's wrath? More recently, the discovery of submerged cities off the coast of India, like Dwarka, has shed new light on the possibility that entire civilizations were erased by natural catastrophes long before modern history began. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of streets, buildings, and advanced infrastructure beneath the ocean floor, suggesting that these lost cities were not mere villages but bustling metropolises. The level of sophistication in these submerged remains points to a civilization far more advanced than previously believed. The idea of submerged megacities is not confined to myth or ancient texts. It is a reality that we are beginning to understand as we dive deeper into the oceans. In the Caribbean Sea, for example, underwater structures resembling pyramids and complex road networks have been discovered, raising questions about the extent of ancient civilizations' abilities to shape their environment. These discoveries reveal that ancient peoples understood how to construct large-scale urban areas, using the resources available to them, perhaps even incorporating the ocean itself into their city's infrastructure. Could these submerged megacities have been centers of knowledge, technology, and culture that rivaled even the greatest civilizations of the known world? What happened to them? How did these mighty cities fall? And what role did the ocean play in their demise? Some scientists speculate that rising sea levels, possibly triggered by natural climate events or even volcanic eruptions, may have submerged these cities, leaving behind only their stone foundations and fragmented relics. Others suggest that these cities may have been the victims of a far more catastrophic event, an event that erased entire cultures from existence. Whatever the cause, these submerged ruins serve as a powerful reminder of the fragility of civilization, and they hint at the possibility that more ancient megacities are still hidden beneath the sea, waiting to be rediscovered. The ocean may hold the answers to questions about our past, about civilizations that once thrived on the shores but are now only memories beneath the waves. And as we continue to uncover the remains of these ancient cities, we are left to wonder, what other secrets lie hidden beneath the ocean's depths, waiting to reveal the forgotten stories of humanity's rise and fall? As the ocean recedes, leaving behind sunken cities and forgotten landscapes, it reveals a treasure trove of artifacts that once belonged to ancient civilizations, their stories now lost to time and the relentless tides. These submerged relics, often discovered in the deep, murky waters off coastlines and beneath ocean floors, are not just objects, they are whispers from the past, holding within them the secrets of cultures long erased. The discovery of a sunken city is thrilling, but what truly unravels the history of these lost worlds are the artifacts found within them. Take, for instance, the stunningly preserved golden statues, ancient coins, and intricate pottery uncovered off the coast of Egypt near the city of Thonis Heracleion. These items, many of which are crafted with an artistry that rivals the finest work of any known ancient civilization, tell a story of a thriving society, its people, their trade, and their rituals. The evidence left behind speaks of an advanced understanding of the world, of cultures intertwined through commerce, religion, and exploration, reaching far beyond their shores. These artifacts are not simply treasures, they are keys to a forgotten history, offering insight into daily life, social structures, and the technologies of civilizations that once ruled the seas and the land. Beneath the waters near the coast of the Mediterranean, archaeologists have found remnants of massive stone statues that seem to rise from the depths, some standing tall, others in pieces. These towering figures, some depicting gods and kings, reflect the power and majesty of a world that no longer exists. Similar discoveries have been made off the coasts of South America, where the ruins of ancient settlements are littered with carved stones, relics of weaponry, and even offerings to deities. In the Caribbean, underwater expeditions have uncovered ancient stone roads and intricate mosaics, pieces of art that tell the story of an advanced culture with deep connections to the ocean, perhaps even built specifically to withstand its powerful forces. Yet, these findings are just the beginning. Each new discovery brings with it new questions. What were these artifacts used for? Were they signs of power and wealth? Or were they deeply personal objects, like jewelry or religious icons, meant to preserve the soul of the people who lived in these cities? The answer lies within the artifacts themselves, each offering a glimpse into the everyday life of civilizations that we may never fully understand. These artifacts are more than just material remnants. They are a testament to the ingenuity of human beings, to the incredible achievements made by ancient societies, and to their ultimate vulnerability in the face of nature's unstoppable forces. As we explore deeper into the ocean, uncovering even more of these relics, we are left to wonder, what else could be hiding beneath the waves? How much more of our ancient past is preserved in these submerged cities? And what forgotten knowledge could we yet unlock from these treasures that remain untouched by time? As the ocean continues to reveal its secrets, we find ourselves standing at the edge of a history that is both familiar and mysterious. A history that we are only beginning to understand. The ocean, in all its vastness and mystery, has been viewed throughout history not just as a body of water, but as a guardian of secrets, an ancient keeper of knowledge, history, and civilizations, lost to time. This theory suggests that the ocean, with its depth so unfathomable and its currents so unpredictable, was not simply a barrier for ancient societies, but a protector of their most sacred and dangerous truths. From the moment humans set sail on its waters, we have cast the ocean as both a road to exploration and a final resting place for what we cannot or should not know. Consider the ancient Greeks, who believed the seas were ruled by Poseidon, god of the waters, whose domain extended far beyond the surface, into the abyss where lost worlds and forgotten knowledge resided. But what if these myths weren't just stories? What if the ocean itself had, over the millennia, become a repository for the greatest secrets of ancient civilizations? Legends of lost cities like Atlantis often speak of a society so advanced, so powerful, that it attracted the attention of the gods. These cities, it is said, were swallowed by the earth or submerged beneath the sea as a punishment or as a form of divine protection. In this view, the ocean doesn't just consume what is lost. It preserves, it guards, and it conceals. And yet, throughout history, civilizations with advanced knowledge, from the Egyptians to the Maya, have vanished without a trace. Some theorists argue that, rather than being wiped out by war, plague, or natural disaster, these cultures purposely submerged or hid their greatest achievements beneath the waves, leaving them to be rediscovered only at the right time. Could it be that the ocean itself is keeping humanity's greatest secrets safe, waiting for the day when we are ready to unlock them? The idea of the ocean as a secret guardian is not just speculative. It is backed by stories and discoveries that hint at a hidden world beneath the waves. The discovery of submerged cities like Thonis Heracleion and Dwarka, once thought to be mere legends, suggests that these places, along with the knowledge they contained, were deliberately buried, or perhaps preserved, by the sea. Perhaps these civilizations knew that the ocean would safeguard their legacies, waiting for the moment when mankind would have the tools and wisdom to unearth them. There is a growing belief among some archaeologists and historians that the ocean holds more than just the remnants of past societies. It holds the knowledge of their rise, their achievements, and the reasons behind their fall. Ancient texts speak of great libraries, hidden treasures, and artifacts that could change the course of history. Could these be stored within the ocean's depths, locked away by the forces of nature? What if the ocean's role as a protector is not just myth, but a truth waiting to be uncovered? The mystery lies not just in the ancient cities or the artifacts, but in the possibility that we are only just beginning to scratch the surface of what the ocean has protected. As we venture deeper into the water's embrace, we must ask ourselves, what is the ocean keeping from us? And why? The secrets of the past may be hidden beneath the waves, waiting for those who are bold enough to dive into the deep and unlock the knowledge that could reshape our understanding of history. Oceanic archaeology is opening up new, unexplored frontiers both in terms of scientific discovery and human understanding. For centuries, the sea has been an obstacle, hiding the remnants of past civilizations beneath its depths, making it nearly impossible to access the untold stories buried in the ocean floor. Yet, with advances in technology, we are now able to reach the depths that were once considered inaccessible, and in doing so, we are uncovering a world of secrets that had been hidden for millennia. The tools of modern oceanic archaeology are nothing short of extraordinary. Sonar technology, which allows scientists to map the ocean floor in extraordinary detail, remote-operated vehicles, ROVs that can dive into the darkest trenches, and underwater drones that can capture high-definition footage of sunken cities, ancient artifacts, and ruins that were thought to be myths. These tools have allowed archaeologists to not only explore shipwrecks and submerged ruins, but to dive deeper into the history of entire civilizations that once thrived near the coastlines, only to be consumed by rising sea levels or catastrophic events. The submerged city of Thonis Heracleion in Egypt, discovered off the coast of Alexandria, is one such example. This ancient city, which was once a powerful hub of trade and culture, had been lost to the sea for over 1,000 years. Yet, when it was uncovered by oceanic archaeologists, it revealed an astonishing array of artifacts, statues, temples, coins, and inscriptions that illuminated the vibrant life of a long-lost civilization. But the discoveries do not stop there. In the waters off the coast of India, the city of Dwarka, mentioned in ancient Hindu texts, was found submerged beneath the waves, offering further proof that ancient cultures were far more interconnected than we previously believed. The remnants of these cities and the artifacts uncovered are invaluable clues to understanding how these civilizations lived, what they believed, and how they interacted with the oceans that surrounded them. The ocean, it seems, is not just a place of mystery and danger. It is a vast, open archive, a repository of human history that has long remained sealed. As more sites are explored and more discoveries are made, the question arises: what more could the ocean hold? We've only just begun to peel back the layers of history embedded beneath the waves, and there is so much left to uncover. Could entire cities still lie undiscovered beneath the ocean's surface, awaiting the moment when modern science and technology allow us to bring them into the light of day? The potential for discovery is immense, and as technology improves, so too will our ability to uncover the secrets of the past. For now, oceanic archaeology stands at the precipice of something extraordinary, an age of exploration that promises to unlock the deepest mysteries of human civilization, perhaps rewriting the history we thought we knew. Each dive, each discovery, brings us one step closer to understanding the vast and intricate relationship between ancient cultures and the oceans that define their world. And as we venture deeper, we must ask ourselves, what other lost worlds remain hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be found? Deep beneath the waves, in the quiet, unexplored depths of the world's oceans, there exists a mystery so profound it challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. Submerged pyramids, structures that echo the grandeur of Egypt's most iconic monuments, have been discovered off the coastlines of various continents. The idea that pyramids, ancient, monumental structures, could be hidden beneath the sea, submerged and almost forgotten, seems like a narrative pulled from myth. Yet these submerged wonders are not the stuff of legend. They are real, and they challenge us to rethink the scope and scale of human history. In the waters off Japan, the Yonaguni Monument, an underwater structure with steps, terraces, and flat surfaces, has raised more questions than it has answered. Some experts argue that it is a natural formation, sculpted by the slow forces of erosion, while others are convinced that it is the remains of an ancient civilization, its pyramid-like features and precise geometry too intricate to be a mere coincidence. Could this be a lost city, a pyramid, or perhaps a remnant of a forgotten empire whose story was washed away by the ocean's relentless tides? Similar structures have been found off the coast of the Mediterranean, particularly around the island of Antikythera, where underwater excavations have revealed remains of pyramidal structures that seem to follow a similar pattern to ancient Egyptian pyramids. These discoveries, though far less famous than the Great Pyramids of Giza, suggest that the knowledge to build such towering structures may have been widespread across ancient civilizations, far more interconnected than we ever realized. The more we delve into these underwater structures, the more it becomes apparent that these pyramids, like the ones built on land, are not just architectural feats but symbols of power, mystery, and deep understanding. The question is, why were they built beneath the sea? Some believe that these structures could have once been part of great coastal cities, thriving centers of knowledge and culture that were consumed by rising sea levels or natural disasters. Could they have been deliberately submerged to protect their secrets? Or were they simply overwhelmed by the changing climate, their towering stone forms unable to withstand the shifting tides of time? What we do know is that the discovery of these pyramids forces us to reconsider the relationship between ancient civilizations and the oceans. The ocean, for all its beauty and terror, has been both a lifeline and a graveyard. And now, as we uncover the remnants of civilizations buried beneath the waves, we begin to understand that the history of humanity is not just one of land, but of the sea. With each new discovery, we inch closer to understanding why these incredible structures were built in the first place, and what purpose they once served. The submerged pyramids are not simply relics of a forgotten past. They are the keys to unraveling a much deeper mystery, one that could rewrite the very foundations of human history and our connection to the ancient world. What secrets could these submerged pyramids hold, and what will we learn as we continue to uncover the lost wonders that lie hidden beneath the sea's surface? What if the world's ancient civilizations were far more connected than we've ever imagined? What if the great cultures of the past, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Mayans, the Phoenicians, weren't isolated, as we often think, but were part of an intricate global network, a web of shared knowledge, trade, and even culture that spanned continents? Today, as we piece together fragments of ancient artifacts, navigational routes, and architectural designs, we begin to realize that these seemingly distant societies may have been more intertwined than we've been taught. Ancient trade routes, like the Silk Road, have long been recognized as links between East and West. But what if there were even older, more widespread networks that allowed civilizations to exchange not just goods, but ideas, technologies, and even spiritual beliefs? One of the most fascinating possibilities is the theory that ancient civilizations were not only connected by trade but by shared knowledge of the sea. The ocean, once considered a vast and uncharted barrier, may have been the very lifeblood of communication between ancient cultures, acting as a conduit for the spread of knowledge and culture. The Phoenicians, renowned for their seafaring prowess, sailed across the Mediterranean and beyond, establishing trade routes that stretched from the coasts of Africa to the shores of Britain. The ancient Egyptians, too, were skilled in navigation, with records suggesting that they sailed to distant lands long before the rise of Rome. Could these seafaring cultures have exchanged not just goods, but also knowledge about the construction of monumental buildings, advanced agricultural techniques, or even the mysteries of the stars? If we look closely at the artifacts and structures left behind, we begin to notice striking similarities between distant cultures. The pyramids of Egypt, the step pyramids of Mesoamerica, and the pyramid-like structures found beneath the sea in places like Yonaguni, could these all be pieces of a larger, interconnected story of ancient knowledge? Some archaeologists and historians speculate that these similarities are not coincidental. Instead, they suggest that there may have been a shared understanding of geometry, astronomy, and construction that was passed down through an ancient global network, connecting cultures across vast distances. But the evidence for such a network is still largely speculative, and the mysteries surrounding these connections remain tantalizingly out of reach. What if, buried beneath the ocean's depths, or hidden in forgotten ruins, there are records, maps, inscriptions, or artifacts that could prove these ancient global networks existed? What if these lost connections could help us understand the origins of many of the world's most advanced ancient civilizations, and reveal how they were able to achieve feats that continue to baffle us today? These questions stir a deep sense of wonder, suggesting that the true history of human civilization is far more complex and interconnected than we've ever known. As we continue to explore the ocean's depths, the more we uncover, the closer we come to understanding the truth that our ancestors, perhaps, were not as isolated as we once thought. They may have shared more than just the earth. They may have shared the oceans as a bridge, connecting them in ways that only the waves can reveal. Imagine a world where the technology we think of as cutting edge was already in use long before recorded history. A world where ancient civilizations had harnessed knowledge and tools that rival modern-day innovations. What if, over the millennia, this technology was lost to war, natural disasters, or even the changing tides of time itself? As we dive deeper into the ruins of the past, we are confronted with evidence of seemingly impossible achievements, feats that suggest a level of understanding and engineering far beyond what we thought was possible for ancient societies. Take, for example, the Great Pyramid of Giza. The precision with which it was built, its perfectly aligned corners, its astronomical orientation, and the sheer scale of the structure has long baffled historians and engineers alike. Some speculate that the ancient Egyptians possessed advanced knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and even hydraulics, which allowed them to construct such a monument with techniques that are still not fully understood today. But the Great Pyramid is not an isolated case. Across the world, from the temples of Angkor Wat in Cambodia to the mysterious ruins of Teotihuacan in Mexico, we find structures that appear to defy the technology available at the time. How did the builders of these magnificent sites transport massive stones, carve them with such precision, and construct them into lasting monuments? Could it be that these civilizations possessed a form of technology lost to history that allowed them to achieve what seems impossible by today's standards? Evidence of this advanced knowledge can be found in artifacts and tools that suggest a level of craftsmanship and understanding of materials that we don't often associate with ancient peoples. The Antikythera mechanism, for instance, is a clock-like device discovered off the coast of Greece that is believed to be over 2,000 years old. It is thought to be an ancient analog computer used to predict astronomical positions and eclipses, a technology that would not be replicated until the Renaissance. Similarly, the Nazca lines in Peru, enormous geoglyphs that can only be fully appreciated from the air, reveal a level of precision and coordination that seems impossible without advanced surveying tools. What if, buried beneath the waves or hidden in the ruins of forgotten cities, there are more pieces of ancient technology tools, machines, or devices that have yet to be discovered? Could it be that these lost technologies hold the key to understanding how ancient civilizations achieved such monumental feats? Some scholars speculate that these ancient peoples were not only advanced in their engineering, but in other areas such as medicine, energy production, and even communication. Could there be ancient manuscripts, buried in the depths of the ocean or hidden in forgotten tombs, that describe technologies so advanced that they are beyond our current comprehension? The more we explore, the more we find that the past may hold answers to questions we haven't even thought to ask. What if the knowledge we are uncovering today isn't just a glimpse into the past, but a reflection of a lost world that was far more advanced than we ever imagined? The question of what happened to this lost technology is as mysterious as the artifacts we uncover. Did these civilizations simply lose their knowledge over time, or was it deliberately hidden to protect it from falling into the wrong hands? As we continue to uncover the remnants of these ancient societies, we are left with one haunting question. How much more of this forgotten technology lies buried beneath the surface, waiting to be rediscovered? The rise and fall of civilizations are often tied to the forces of nature. Great floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and changing climates have shaped the course of human history. Yet, it is the rise of the oceans, their slow but relentless encroachment, that has most dramatically altered the landscapes of ancient cultures. The environmental shifts that submerged civilizations may have been far more catastrophic and rapid than we can imagine, leaving entire societies drowning beneath rising seas. Could these environmental changes have played a pivotal role in the disappearance of ancient cities and empires? As we uncover the remnants of sunken cities, submerged temples, and half-buried structures, we are faced with the chilling realization that vast swaths of human history may have been erased by the ocean's insatiable grasp. Ancient coastal cities, like the once thriving civilization of Thonis Heraclean, discovered beneath the waters near Alexandria, Egypt, serve as a testament to the power of nature. Historians now believe that this city, a major Egyptian port and trading hub, was gradually submerged by the shifting tides and rising waters, eventually being swallowed by the sea, its mighty monuments now lying hidden for centuries. But how many more cities just like it have been consumed by rising oceans, only to be forgotten by the world? In the Mediterranean, the idea of a catastrophic flood that swept away entire civilizations is not just the stuff of myth. It is supported by geological evidence of rapid and massive sea level rise. A shift in ocean currents, a massive earthquake, or even the thawing of glaciers at the end of the last ice age may have triggered the submergence of coastal settlements, leaving behind only traces of their existence. The theory that natural events contributed to the collapse of ancient civilizations is further supported by evidence from places like the Caribbean, where submerged ruins have been found near the shorelines of what were once bustling trade routes. The ancient Maya, whose cities stretched across Central America, may have experienced environmental changes, including droughts and rising sea levels, that contributed to their eventual decline. As the climate shifted, these once thriving societies may have been unable to adapt, their agricultural practices failing, their water sources dwindling, and their cities left vulnerable to the overwhelming power of nature. What if these societies, whose advancements in architecture, agriculture, and astronomy once made them powerful, were ultimately defeated not by invaders or wars, but by an unrelenting force they could not control, the very oceans that had once supported their rise? The environmental shifts that submerged these civilizations may have been a slow, creeping disaster, gradual enough that no one could have foreseen its magnitude, but swift enough to ensure that entire cities were lost beneath the waves. Could it be that, like Thonis Heracleion, other lost cities hidden in the deep, their monuments buried beneath silt and sand, were once the heart of great cultures, now forgotten? As we dive into the depths, uncovering these ancient ruins, we must confront the reality that the oceans are not just burial grounds for the past, they are, in many ways, the final testament to the fragility of civilizations, their rise and fall, dictated by forces far beyond their control. Could it be that the ocean holds the key to understanding the true impact of environmental change on human history? For thousands of years, the ocean has been more than just a body of water. It has been a profound symbol, a source of life and mystery, and a deep well of spiritual significance for countless ancient cultures. From the Greeks' worship of Poseidon, the god of the sea, to the Polynesians' reverence for Tangaroa, their god of the oceans, the sea has been perceived not just as an element of nature but as a living entity, often linked to the very essence of existence. Could the ocean have played a role in shaping the consciousness of these civilizations, inspiring myths, guiding philosophical thought, and influencing spiritual practices? The idea that the ocean, in its vastness and its unpredictability, has a deep connection to the ancient mind is more than just myth. It is embedded in the beliefs and stories passed down through generations. Ancient cultures saw the ocean as a boundary, a place where the known world ended and the unknown began. It was both a protector and a destroyer, a place where life thrived and where souls passed into the afterlife. Could it be that the ocean's power over ancient civilizations was not just physical, but mental and spiritual as well? The Egyptians, for example, believed the ocean to be a vast cosmic force that linked the living with the dead. They associated the Nile with life and the ocean with death, with the journey of the soul into the afterlife often depicted as a voyage across water. Similarly, the Greeks saw the ocean as the realm of Poseidon, but they also believed that the sea was a gateway to the divine, a place where the boundary between the human world and the gods became fluid. What if this reverence for the sea reflected a deeper, ancient understanding that the ocean, in its ever-changing rhythms, its depth, and its mystery, mirrors the complexities of human consciousness itself? Some modern-day thinkers suggest that the ocean may have served as a metaphor for the unconscious mind, a vast, untapped reservoir of knowledge, emotions, and potential. Just as the ocean hides its secrets beneath its surface, so too does the human mind conceal its deepest thoughts, desires, and fears. This connection between the ocean and the mind could explain why ancient cultures viewed the sea not just as a physical force, but as a spiritual one, capable of transforming consciousness. What if the ancient people's understanding of the ocean went beyond practical navigation or mythology, and touched on something far deeper, their recognition of the ocean as a reflection of the human spirit, with all its vastness, mysteries, and unknown depths? In this sense, the ocean wasn't just a source of physical sustenance or a threat to be feared. It was a mirror of the human condition, offering wisdom, mystery, and a path to enlightenment. As we continue to explore the ocean's depths and uncover its secrets, we are reminded that the connection between the sea and the ancient consciousness is not just a relic of the past. It is a reminder of the power the ocean holds over us today, and perhaps a call to return to a deeper, more spiritual understanding of the natural world. Could it be that the ocean, in all its vastness and mystery, still holds the keys to unlocking the mysteries of the mind and the spirit, as it did for ancient civilizations? Throughout history, myths have served as the bridge between the known and the unknown, the remembered and the forgotten. These stories, passed down through generations, often carry echoes of real events, though distorted by the fog of time. In many cultures, the ocean plays a central role in these myths, often as a gateway between life and death, the human realm and the divine. But what if these myths, far from being mere allegory or fantasy, were actually reflections of lost memories, truths long buried beneath layers of time, only to resurface in the form of stories? What if the great flood myths that are found across the world, the deluge that destroyed entire civilizations, From the biblical flood of Noah to the Mesopotamian tale of Utnapishtim in the Epic of Gilgamesh were not just stories of divine wrath, but actual events, passed down as a collective memory of societies that once thrived and were then overwhelmed by water. These myths speak of great civilizations, of mighty cities that vanished beneath the waves in a cataclysmic flood, with only a few survivors to tell the tale. Could it be that these stories, told in different parts of the world and across different cultures, are the remnants of a global memory, one that recalls the slow submergence of ancient cities and civilizations hidden beneath the sea? The idea that myths are not simply fanciful tales, but a form of memory, has gained traction in recent years. Anthropologists and historians suggest that myths may serve as a way for societies to preserve knowledge of past events, particularly those that were too traumatic or significant to be forgotten. The ocean, in this sense, becomes a vast repository of collective memory, a place where lost civilizations, destroyed by natural disasters or environmental changes, are preserved in the stories passed down through generations. Take, for example, the myth of Atlantis. This story, first recorded by the philosopher Plato, speaks of a great civilization that was swallowed by the sea, leaving behind only a memory of its grandeur. While many dismiss the story as fiction, others believe it may have been based on the real fate of a long-lost culture, one whose rise and fall were so dramatic that it became enshrined in myth. What if the story of Atlantis isn't a mere fantasy, but a memory of a real place, an ancient civilization that once thrived along the coasts, only to be swallowed by the sea? This idea challenges our understanding of history, suggesting that what we think of as myths may be rooted in real events, preserved through generations in the form of oral storytelling. The ocean, with its immense power and mystery, becomes the keeper of these stories, stories of cities lost to the sea, civilizations erased from memory, and a world long forgotten. The myths we tell about the ocean, about floods, about the disappearance of entire societies, may be more than just allegories. They could be the remnants of a time when the ocean itself was a witness to the rise and fall of civilizations. As we uncover more of the ancient ruins and submerged cities beneath the waves, we may begin to understand that these myths are not just stories, they are memories, preserved in the depths of the ocean, waiting to be rediscovered. The line between speculative fiction and historical fact has always been blurred, especially when it comes to the ancient world. Stories of lost civilizations, sunken cities, and the rise and fall of powerful empires often straddle this divide, caught between myth and reality. In the quest to understand the past, we find ourselves asking, how much of what we know is based on fact, and how much has been shaped by imagination and the desire to make sense of the unknown? Consider the story of Atlantis, first told by the philosopher Plato. It is a tale of a great civilization that, due to its hubris, was swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of disaster. The tragedy of Atlantis has inspired countless theories, books, and films. But what is the truth behind it? Was Atlantis a real place, or is it simply an allegory used to warn against the dangers of pride? Historians and archaeologists have searched for clues for centuries, but definitive evidence remains elusive. Some believe that the story of Atlantis is based on real events, perhaps reflecting the memory of a once great civilization that was lost to natural disaster, such as a massive tsunami or rising sea levels. Others argue that Atlantis is purely fictional, a tale invented by Plato to convey moral lessons. This ambiguity between fiction and fact is not unique to Atlantis. Many ancient myths and legends share the same mystery, from the flood myths that span cultures to the stories of gods and heroes who shaped the world. As we delve deeper into history, we must ask, where does fact end and fiction begin? Could it be that ancient civilizations, like Atlantis, were more advanced than we ever imagined? Could they have had access to technologies and knowledge that were lost over time, leaving only fragments of their existence in the myths and stories passed down through generations? It's easy to dismiss ancient myths as pure fantasy, but the more we uncover, the more we realize that they may be rooted in a deeper truth, one that has been lost to time. The ruins of submerged cities, the intricate monuments left behind, and the artifacts discovered beneath the ocean all point to a history that is far more complex and interconnected than we once thought. Some scholars believe that ancient civilizations may have shared knowledge and technology across vast distances, creating a network of cultures that span the globe. Could these civilizations have been part of an ancient global network, one that has been erased by the ravages of time and nature? Perhaps the myths we hold dear are not just stories, they are memories, distorted over the centuries but still carrying the truth of what was. As we continue to explore the depths of the ocean and uncover the remnants of lost civilizations, we must ask ourselves, are we rediscovering the lost history of our ancestors, or are we simply uncovering the bones of speculative fiction? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. Only time and the continuing discoveries beneath the waves will reveal where fact ends and fiction begins. As we drift further into the unknown, the ocean remains an enigma, a timeless keeper of secrets. Could the ocean's depths hold the key to understanding our distant past? Or are we merely scratching the surface of a mystery that refuses to reveal its truths? For now, the depths remain silent, but we will continue to dive, searching for the forgotten civilizations that may lie beneath. Stay with us, and together, we will uncover the ocean's most ancient secrets.